I think it's time for a what's in my hunting pack video, and it kind of comes at a perfect time. Maxpedition reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out their Falcon II pack. This is their classic backpack from Maxpedition. Often imitated, never duplicated, they say, and I would have to agree. I've tried many that are similar, and none quite live up to this quality. It's much bigger than I expected. That's what she said. Has all these different pockets, but it also downsizes me from my current hunting pack, which is a little bit big and bulky, which can be good and bad. It's heavy, challenging to carry, but it does hold a lot. That being said, as you can see, there are a ton of different pockets on this thing. So we're gonna see what gear I have and where I put it in here. Starters, you can see this main compartment opens like a clamshell, which I love because I don't have to dig way down here to the bottom to find something. I can just open it up nice and flat and get to everything. Has a mesh panel here, another little mesh zippered panel there, and you can see it does have back here on the outside a water bladder storage area with almost like insulation to keep it cool. We've got a middle compartment here, not quite full clamshell, but pretty close. And some organization panels here. And then a little pocket up here on top. This will be great for like a doe bleat or smaller items like my measuring tape or scent wafers might go up here. And then another small front pocket with a key loop, some organizational panels for pens and things, which I definitely can use. Start going through my current hunting pack, figure out where I'm going to put everything. So I've always got my Ear Pro in there. Probably need to downsize with that at some point, but we will put that in the main compartment for now. Actually, I'm not going to put any of that away because I kind of build from the base up in my pack. I always carry a shmog with me. I actually, I'll use it for shade when I'm in a tree stand, and this thing works really well for that. It's great for wiping sweat off you as a Florida hunter. You're constantly getting sweaty when you're sitting in the hunting stand. So I always have this with me. It just has a number of uses. In fact, even in the winter, I'll kind of use it like a blanket, and believe it or not, it actually helps. So I never go without my shmog in my hunting pack. Got my kill kit. Might need to switch over to a Maxpedition organizer pouch for this. In there, I have Ziploc bags because I always end up with a lot of wipes and trash and things like that. So this kind of becomes my trash bag when I'm cleaning a deer. Got to have your butt out. This is my Outdoor Edge Razor Pro and the bone saw that goes with it. That's one option I have. And then I have a second option. I just love the Buck 110. This is like the, can't remember the exact name. It's a slim version. Has a deep carry pocket clip. It's a standard Buck 110 blade, but it weighs a lot less. So, and then my Night and Hail pack rack. It's just a little rattle pack. Carry that with me. My Maxpedition Fatty pocket organizer. So in here I have a deer drag, some trail tape for trailing. I've got a lighter, life straw. Never needed to use that. Hopefully I never do, but it's kind of good to have. I use zip ties to attach like tags and things like that. Sorry, we've got cows in the field here. So I use this to attach tags, although this year I'm using a digital license. Still need to attach a tag, but I'm going to do that with duct tape instead, which means I also need a Sharpie this year, so I've got that. A couple pens. On one of the pens I have some medical tape. It just comes in handy for a lot of things. Notebook for back here, and then the duct tape, like I say, in order to create my physical tag this year. That's just all in my Maxpedition fatty organizer. I have my first aid kit in there, like a chest seal. I don't want to open this thing all up because it's kind of a pain, but I've got some shears, medical shears if I need them. I've got a chest seal in here. I've got a couple tourniquets, or a tourniquet in there, an Israeli bandage in there. So really just for the big trauma type things is what I have in my first aid kit. Then we have my cutting tools. So this is a Wicked saw, one of the best portable saws I've ever used. I've had it for years. And then just some pruners, you know, if you need to get some things out of the way of your shooting lanes, you've got those two tools always with you. Here we have those scent wafers I was talking about. We're gonna go ahead and put those where I thought would be a good spot for them, so they could be organized, put away. Have your charging block. This is a giant charging block. Take this with because it'll charge my night vision scope, it'll charge my phone, it'll charge my earbuds, it'll charge all kinds of stuff. So I have a pretty good size one. Down in this other pocket, I have my grunt. I have my doe bleat. I'm not sure that's ever really done anything. Not sure why I carry it around. I have a couple clips for my GMRS radio that I carry with me out in the field. And my windicator. Windicator is another good one to go right here in that front pocket because I get at it all the time. These are porta wipes. Just add a little water and you basically have a wet washcloth rather than TP, fully biodegradable, actually more biodegradable than standard camping toilet paper, so I carry that with me in case of emergency. It's not in here, it's actually in my bino harness, but this is the bag for my headlamp to get in and out in the dark. That's all the stuff. Now I got to figure out where to put it in my bag. So like I say, I build from the bottom up, so my fatty pocket organizer and my first aid kit will go in the bottom. And the cool thing about this clamshell is I can put that in the bottom and then zip it just that far up and still access the top part. So I'm going to switch those locations. So I'm going to start with my kill kit because I won't need that until the very end of the hunt, and then add my fatty and my first aid kit. Keep those there. Get that zipped up. And then I just have the top part in this mesh panel for some things. Actually, I'm going to put my chargers in that top mesh panel so they're easy to get to and find. We'll put my schmog up here in top. Oh, and the other thing I do carry is the tripod that my phone is sitting on right now. So we'll have to figure out a place to put that. The good thing is this has a ton of MOLLE and strapping around it, so I can put it in those locations. I think I'm going to put my doe bleat up here with my scent wafers and my windicator. So that's nice and easy to access in a spot that it fits appropriately. So in this bigger outside panel, I'm going to put my porta wipes, my MagSafe charger, and my headlamp and my mic are going to go right there. Then in my bigger middle pocket, we're going to put our trimming accessories in, my pack rack and my grunt. All right, so that can all go there. Go back to our big pocket. I'm going to put my ear pro in the top there. And I love how organized everything is. They all have their own spot. Now it's just a matter of me remembering where that spot was. So like I say, down here, I probably can put my tripod right down there and then strap it in real tight. So that's probably what I'll do. Or I could put it here on the side with these straps and tighten that down. Or the other side, because it has the same straps over there. But now I've just downsized into a much better, much more organized hunting backpack.